Good morning, good morning. It is Friday, May the 3rd, 2019. You're listening to RadioFreeRadford.com. If you have not done so already, we are encouraging you, please head over to Facebook, like us on there, follow us on Instagram at Radio Free Radford, and Radio Free Raddy on Twitter. This morning, I have the very distinct honor of having Tristan Rines here on the Rines Report.
You're calling it an honor.
Well, this is the last show for here for you, me. It is to talking to you, with you as well.
Yeah.
And so, first of all, good morning, and well, this is going to be it, pretty much, right?
Well, well, make sure you guys tune in for the 11 o'clock hour. I will be doing my very last Rines Report here on RadioFreeRadford.com. It's 3.5 years in the making.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to pretend like there's going to be fireworks and motorcycles and stuff, but
well, I mean, we can arrange some real quick out here.
well, it's a really lovely day, considering this is the weather show. But
yeah, that's
no, it's been 3.5 years in the making. I've had so much fun here as the leader of Radio Free Radford. I'm excited, nervous for the next steps, but
so
you gotta move forward at some point.
Absolutely. So let's kind of just dive right into things here. Let's kind of discuss, for those who may not very familiar, what exactly is Radio Free Radford.
Radio Free Radford is, well, if you're listening, hopefully you are. It's a hit music station that also features some of the best students here at Radford University, telling some stories, giving some takes on things like sports. That's what I do personally. So if you love the NFL, like I said, stick around for the 11 o'clock hour. Dustin, our friend here, does some weather. We'll do all sorts of things, man. We get people involved as one of the big things that I've been pushing for the last 2 years, is getting people involved, getting them in the door, and letting people tell their stories.
Yes, absolutely. So again, people are interested in joining. What would be the best bet for them? Would you say go ahead and email, or we kind of wait to club fair, or how would you say?
Well, I would say definitely reach out to the organization email at some capacity over this summer. That's going to be rfr@radford.edu, and that's the best way if you're a student, of course, trying to get involved. Another good way is to email incoming leadership. If you're a student at Radford University, obviously, hit up the portal. We do have links to all sorts of different information on there. I'll be doing some updates on that as well, obviously, because I'm leaving the position. But, I'd say just reach out to us. You can also visit us here in Tyler 025 and reach out to any one of our student media organizations.
Alrighty, there you go. And so we're going to now talk about you. How does it feel to be the GM for Radio Free Radford? Because you've been doing it for 2 years, correct?
That's right.
So kind of just give it a brief insight about how you got the position and what was going through your mind. They said, hey, we want you, or you want you, or how this worked out for you.
So nobody really came out and reached out to me about it. It was one of those very last-minute things where the leadership before me had kind of been setting someone up to take over, and then I guess the leader before me also forgot that, push out the application to everyone. And like the last day that it was supposed to be due, he goes, Jack Hamley, all due respect to Jack, he goes, hey, in a group chat, he goes, hey guys, if you want to apply to be the student media leader for Radio Free Radford, just come get a student media application. At the time, I'm working on the game room on campus over in the Hurlburt Center, the Bonnie, whatever you want to call it. And I'm like, oh man, should I do this? Should I not? Whatever. Like, I'm just sitting there contemplating it. I'm at work. And I reach out to my girlfriend, Shiza, who is also involved with Radio Free Radford periodically. And so I reached out to her, had her come grab me an application from student media office. Without her, obviously, I wouldn't be here. So kudos to her. And she runs back and forth across campus for me a few times. I'm completing applications and trying to hit up professors really quickly, get references and all sorts of things. Get it turned in. Afterwards, you go through an interview process, the student media committee, and I don't know, I guess they liked me more than the person that was being groomed, all due respect to him. And ever since then, I never looked back. I've had so much fun as the leader for Radio Free Radford, and it's crazy because this all started, like I said, 3.5 years ago. We weren't even in Tyler. We were off campus in some apartments near where I live now, and it's really funny because now they're just back to being apartments. But I look in that room where we started, and I'm like, wow. 3.5 years ago, man, that's where it all started.
Yes.
So,
and here we are right here in the bottom of Tyler 025.
That's right.
So, how are you, I guess, prepared? Well, let's see, you're graduating this year.
That's
so
right.
Next year,
I got 8 more days. Yeah, 8 more days
as well. And of course, for next year, how are things getting prepared? Because I know there's been,
yeah. So what's next after college?
Yeah.
So the next big step for me, I will be working with a local radio station, the Nova Radio Group. doing some work with Hot 100.7, the Tim Donnelly Show 101.7. So if you're local, tune in to all those frequencies. That includes 105.3 The Bear, 107.1 PSK. We have a bunch of really diverse set of stations. A lot of different music. We have talk radio, hit radio, which is what I'll be involved in at some capacity, and. Let's see. I'll be doing some work just locally, doing some, maybe some postal service kind of stuff. Pays kind of well. You got to pay the bills coming out of college one way or the other.
Absolutely.
So, but sticking to my passions, man. And if you're a fan of the Rines Report on Facebook, by the way, we will be doing some updates to the page after the show is ended.
Okay.
So I've kind of been working on this mentally, just trying to figure out what I want to do. So the Rines Report Facebook page, at least, will be changed over from the Rines Report to more of a professional page for myself.
Okay.
And, maybe it'll be mostly like Hot 100 stuff that we're going to be pushing out. So.
Yeah, of course, at least it's good kind of that good early starts where you already have that page ready up and going, and of course people can
getting ready to do it.
There you go, and of course along with that, your portfolio and resume, it's all on the website too, so that's something you can look up to you also. Of course, what has been like a proud accomplishment in this position? Of course, you've been doing it for quite a while now, and so what could you say and look back on?
Oh man, some of my proudest accomplishments. There are a few. I named them at the student media banquet. So if you weren't there for that, obviously, because just the student media leaders and whatnot. We have over 45,000 minutes listened to within my last 2 years, which I'm not exactly sure how far back our systems go, but I know before myself, at least my first year, we set some records. I hit some high marks. I walked into this position thinking if I can get over 20 staff members, I'd be satisfied, maybe 15. And my first year, we averaged over 25 members the entire year. And this year, we hit a organization record of 31 different hosts.
Wow.
So a lot of people are graduating. So the next leadership, they got to do some recruiting. But we do have a number of people graduating. But I was really happy to have both of those things. Over 777 total hours, and also 7 different countries.
Wow.
So we've had quite a reach, a little bit international, nothing crazy. We're not getting calls from Spain or anything like that. Like, hey, we love the program.
We might,
but if you are out there listening in another country, we really appreciate all your love and support. And of course, domestically here in the States, we got 99% of our traffic here in the United States. So of course, thank you guys so much for all the love and support. And it wouldn't be possible without hosts like you, Dustin. So, it's not just a one-man band.
No, it's
the collective of all these people.
Yes, it is. And, of course, so like you said, that was I believe I mentioned to you last time when you were on here, you weren't quite sure. Now you actually had that analytical data to look back on. It's just amazing to see how many views and listeners we've had so far. Okay, we're going to kind of start wrapping things up here. Of course, if you were to go back to your high school self, you're senior, you're thinking, okay, 2 months, I'm going to get out of school. Here comes summer, here comes college. What would you say to yourself?
That's a very good question, Dustin. And I know you tossed me a couple of these before, but I didn't really think of this one. So gotcha. I'm gonna try to go off the cuff here.
Okay.
Coming into college, coming into high school, it's just stay committed. And I think that I kept true to myself in that respect. Coming out of college, I wanted to stay committed to my goals and work hard, but also enjoy myself. When you're in college, I encourage people like, hey, as long as you're getting your work done, just enjoy yourself, because these are some of the years of your life that are developmental and influential in so many different ways. I guess if there was one thing I could really tell myself, it's, don't give up, and things are going to be hard. There are going to be challenges, but you will overcome them.
Yeah.
So.
Of course, while you're doing that, of course, you said some good stuff there. There was a quote I recently just found up. It's quoting that I want you to kind of reference, see if you kind of relate to this. There are no limits to what you can accomplish except the limits you place on your own thinking. What do you think about that?
That's a good quote. Yeah, it's pretty solid, yeah.
There you go, kind of relates to things going on here. All right, now, I know your show is coming up in about almost an hour or so from now.
A little less than an hour, that's right, and 50 or so minutes from now.
Any social media you want to plug in so they can listen into you, and so how?
That's right, so the Rines Report Facebook page, so that's spelled Rines, the Rines Report Facebook page. We'll be going live. We've been going live for every single show this semester. I'm really proud of that. Check us out, of course. Check me out on YouTube as well. Tristan Blake Rines, when you search that up, I've got all the past shows. I've been a little behind, but I will have all of the past shows up and running there. You can also find all sorts of different work that I published throughout my college career on TristanBlakeRines.com. Like I said, we're going to go through cosmetic changes with at least the Facebook page, and I'll probably be doing some other stuff social media wise as well. So if you're like a personal like friend of mine or whatever, on Instagram I'm just Tristan B. Rines.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I guess tune in for the show. You might hear me cry.
No,
I don't
no.
know. It's 3.5 years in the making, man. Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm really thankful for the opportunities that I was given as a student media leader, and I obviously would encourage anybody and everybody to get involved in some form of student media.
Absolutely. Of course, Tristan, I thank you so much for speaking.
Thank you for having me on, man. Last show of the semester. So
it has been a pleasure working with you and getting to know you a little more as well. And tune in for a show. You've got less about almost an hour now here on RadioFreeRadford.com, and we wish you all the best. And I'll be sure to listen in to you.
All right, man.
And until then, we'll get you back over to programming, and have a wonderful Friday.